Okay, here we have the session for Who Knew. Who Knew is track 4 off of my latest album, Energy. I wrote this with Howard, my brother, and with Mick Jenkins. He's from Chicago. For those who don't know, check him out. He's got an amazing song called Carefree. That's my favorite, but he's got a bunch. Check him out. I think we found him through Spotify, just through like listening to his tunes.
Money!
As with many people on the album, you know, I was just like a fan. So hit him up, and we were like down to work, and we wrote this in a day. We wrote it at Capitol Studios in LA, just down the road from here. And my favorite thing about this tune is it is incredibly jam based. So by that I mean you can almost tell just from how simple this is. Look, like this whole one bit of MIDI here is Howard playing the whole way through. You know, we've got stuff that I wouldn't usually include in MIDI here. Like we've got pedal on and off marks. So Howard's, you can see that he's doing pitch bends, or I'm drawing in pitch bends. He's doing sustain pedal. So this is all, it's not quantized either. You've got all these different velocities, and you've got, it's all over the place. As it should be with a live take. So yeah, we had the drums looping for a while, and Howard did this whole take, and pretty much the bass as well from start to finish. So I really like this song because there's not much looping in it. I've really meticulously gone through the drums as well, and there's not a lot of like repetition. There's moments where things come in and fade out, and I just wanted the whole tune to feel like it was evolving. I wanted the whole tune to feel like it was moving, and so yeah, when Howard's playing this synth, there, we mapped a bunch of the knobs to the MIDI keyboard, and I was moving the filter and pushing it up and down as Howard was playing it. So I've neatened it up a bit, but all of this was done like just using the knobs on the MIDI keyboard and controlling the Poly 6. So the Poly 6 is the main instrument here. This is updated since I last opened this project, so I hope it all works. Let me just have a quick blast. Sounds good to me. So yeah, most of the movement of the synth is coming from the cutoff filter. We're also controlling the resonance. So yeah, there's the cutoff and there's the resonance. So those two parameters are the things that are being, look, there's craziness here where I've just literally taken the knob and gone like as fast as I can, and that's going through a load of reverb and delay, and so that's making for some really nice, effects and splashy, washy sound. And you can only really do that once you've mapped things to hardware. So yeah, we didn't have any synths on us that day. We just had a nice MIDI keyboard, so I thought we'd just map a few parameters and get going from there. We're also automating like reverb and build-ups and delay, like I usually do. The Valhalla delay is the one we're using on this synth. Doing some is it doing some pitch shifty stuff? No, it's not. It's just doing some very light ping pong, but got some automation on that as well, I think. So yeah, lots of movement, lots of modulation just to bring it all to life. And I think for me, this is a good example of how you can make a soft synth really come to life. And, I think if I told you that this was me playing a real synth analog and, messing with it, and I didn't show you the file, I like to think people would believe that. I mean, people definitely believed it for my first album, for Settle. We won an award for like best mix or something for that album, and it was all stock Logic plugins, stock Logic instruments. So, you don't need fancy stuff to make tunes, and I've been doing it for 10 years now, and the Poly 6 is not free, but it's not super expensive, and I swear by it. It's a great synth, and using the soft synth does give you some advantages, like mapping all of these parameters, and you got the nice detune here, and I'm sure there are some features on it that aren't on the original, but it's a good one. So this was my sort of time to really make the Poly 6 come to life. It's been a foundation for the third album, and this is, I think, the best we did it. Monarch on the bass too, hell of a lot of automation going on Monarch too, just again bringing it to life. Lots of cut off, lots of resonance. We've got two or three oscillators coming in and out to add different textures, delay, reverb. So yeah, we'll go through all of that. But for me, if I had to sum up this song, before we get going, I would say that this is my probably my favorite two-step garage beat I've ever made. I think it's the best I can do at this stage in my life. This is the beat I was always trying to make with songs like Echoes or You and Me, or if you're going like really, really early Disclosure, like Linstigator. I don't know if you guys remember that one. But this was what I always had in my head, and I just did not have the ability to make it. Just didn't have the practice and the skill, the discipline. So yeah, I don't know. It just kind of, it took me 10 years to get it going. Oh, this is some leftovers from the live show. So I was going to fade into Latch after this song for the live show. So you have to hear that another day. But yeah, so this is the circle version. As you can see, super sparse at the start. All I've done is basically just take everything out except the vocal. For those who don't know what I'm talking about with Circle, Circle's the online YouTube channel, and we did a live show, a live DJ set for them at this amazing location, surrounded by waterfalls. And I thought it'd be really nice to start the song with just Mick's vocal and the synths and just let them breathe a bit more. And then the drums kick in like here. So let's have a quick listen to that. I can't play it for too long because they'll mute the audio.
What you do to me, I can't fake it, I can't break this spell, I won't let go. Ooh, what you do to me, I can't fake it.
I think I might have exported it actually from here for the circle set. I don't think I used that first bit. I think we just went like this.
What you do to me.
I can't remember now. Anyway, then the drums bang in. Yeah. You want to hear the whole thing? You can go and listen to it now. It's all out. What you guys say? Mix range? Yeah, ridiculous. I mean, a good story about Mick is, you know, he rolled up and he's super nice, kind of quiet guy, really humble. And yeah, I thought he was going to be there for the day, maybe rapping or I don't know. I don't know what we thought he was going to do, but I definitely didn't think he was going to go straight in with a super airy falsetto floaty vocal. So that was like, me and Howard kind of looked around and were like, whoa, look what he's doing. So that was a really nice surprise. I guess the sound of the synth and the general feel of, you know, this whole vibe just kind of took him there. Because that's what we were looping for a while, was this Poly 6 section. And he was he's writing words on his laptop. He was, he pretty much like nailed the concept by himself. I think it was one of the times where he just wanted to kind of, I think he had an idea in his head already and he was letting the music speak to him. And yeah, Howard was just kind of deep in the chords at this point and the bass. And so, yeah, each person had their own role and we worked well as a team. I mean, we got it all done in a day. So yeah, must be. Let's start off with this Poly 6 then. So there's not really much to say that I haven't already said, but got some EQ on it there, taking out some lows and some rumble. Just making sure those resonances don't build up, especially that one, like when the notes are close together. And yeah, just giving it a little boost on the washy top side of things up there. So yeah, you can see all of that is just us messing with the synth as how it's playing it, especially here. Yeah, so it's just a real jam, you know, as Howard's playing live, one take, I'm just doing that, and it really informed the structure of the whole tune. You know, when I'd bring the filter down, we'd like pull the drums down, and then when Howard would go more in and the bass would kick in, I'd smash the drums in. So we figured it out in a very jam-based way, like a band would, I guess. So that's the Poly 6. Yeah, it's literally just going through a bit of Valhalla delay and vintage verb, concert hall setting, about 3 seconds. It's getting compressed a little bit. Not too much. Just in case, you know, when it really builds up, it just squashes it a little bit, keeps the volume less crazy. It's also going through Logic Chorus, as I always do, and a bit of Roto Cabinet as well. just sending to those on a bus. And I don't know what this bus is. There's another reverb delay thing that it must get sent to at some point for big splashy moments. Maybe that'll show itself in a little while. That's the first pad. Let's move on to the bass. It's literally just Monarch for this whole song. This was like when I really got into Monarch was like when we made this tune. When I realized it was my favorite Moog emulation. Although I've been using the Alturia one recently, and it is bloody good. But yeah, this one. Here's the setting. You've seen me use this before. If you're tuning in for the first time, then it's basically a mini Moog. So we got some cool moments with it being kind of mangled. So that is, well, what's going on here? You can see the synth move. Loads of resonance and filter cut off, and yeah, and I think there's also a bit crusher being automated there as well. Am I hearing that? Sounded like it to me. Oh, maybe it's the noise on the synth. I don't know. Well, you can hear it going, psst, can't you? And there's a few more. So yeah, I was quite determined to just keep it all one synth. You know, you could have easily chopped audio there and messed with it some more, or done, I don't know, multiple instances of Monarch with different settings. But I really wanted it to like glide between those moments, and I thought it needs to all be one synth, just rising and falling. So yeah, really simple. Monarch, Poly 6. It's like the blueprint of Energy. That's our two like go-to most used plugins for that whole project. So yeah. That's that. Let's move back up to the drums. Here's the drums by themselves. Someone said, what did you guys write first? I think the drums came first because I was chopping up the sample in Ableton. A lot of these drums are based around a sample, which is here. So this signal is getting sent into Logic. I think it's a Jeremy Sylvester garage loop of some kind, one of his old garage sample packs. Yeah, here it is on its own. So the biggest change is it's four to the floor. You know, I've EQ'd out the bass drum. Boom, 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 boom. So I took a 4/4 beat and then turned it back into two-step by adding my own kicks and other stuff, which you'll see in a minute. And there's lots of like reversing and stuff going on. Just little moments. So I've gone through it and, you know, made it move how I wanted to. All that kind of stuff. I prefer doing that in Ableton. I like the way it warped it. So that is being sent into Logic to here, Ableton Rewire 1. And it's going through a lot of EQ. There was a lot of resonances that I didn't like in the top end, as you can see. Here it is without the EQ. And here it is with. So you can see these ones are dealing with the hi-hat, and then these ones are dealing with the snare. It's all dynamic EQ. So when the snare hits, these go bang and pull it down. And when the hi-hat's in, these cut the hi-hat off as well. You can literally see them move one after the other, depending on which is in. Huge subnote on that snare drum. I didn't even notice that. Every time the snare hits, there's like a 30 hertz rumble. I like that though. It's big energy. So that's the EQ, and then there's just reverb on it, which gets automated during the build-ups. Nice and simple. So that's the basis of what we had looping in the room, and I just threw that into Ableton as quick as possible to give something to give something to Howard to work those chords out to. And yeah, it's quite a thumping beat. I'm surprised he took it so mellow and washy, but I'm glad he did. It was the way it was supposed to be. Didn't overthink it. So yeah, like I said, we've moved from a 4/4 loop, and I kind of turned it into a 2-step loop. So we got here's the kick. I think there's 2 kicks actually. Yeah. So you got like one big long one on the one, and then some little in between Philly ones, because it was getting in the way of the bass. So that's the kicks. What's going on there? Unmute. Oh my God. You know what it is? Because it's behind my mixer and I can't actually see what I'm doing. There we go. So yeah, then I've got some like J Dilla snares, which I've chopped up to do some like really offbeat, garagey hits. So it's just backing up the sample. It'll all make sense when I put it in with the sample. And then there's a hi-hat. So I just thought the one in the sample was quite like, and I wanted like to just layer it up with, so put that over the top. But yeah, the bulk of it is coming from that loop. I think Who Knew and My High are the only 2 tunes on the album where the drums were kind of more loop based, as you've seen from the Lavender Breakdown or like Cinepa or whatever we've done. I can't remember now. Who Knew and My High are the only kind of loopy ones. And I just think that it's very hard to make that authentic 90s garage crunchy sound from scratch. You can do it. I have done it. But when you've got a day with someone and you want to get something going quick, throwing a Jeremy Sylvester loop at it is a good place to start. And I think I just loved it so much, I didn't want to leave it. So it ended up making the final cut. Didn't need a replay or anything. Jeremy's a super nice guy and was really cool with clearing this stuff as well. So shouts to Jeremy Sylvester. There's some more battery stuff happening here. So loads of offbeat hi-hats is what's coming in here. So this is all 808 sounds. Got a shaker, maraca, 808 closed, 808 long, and I've, the length of the MIDI is defining the length of the notes. If I hold down a note, it's super long, and so I like doing that with a note because you can get like really rhythmic with it, So yeah, that's what this sounds like. Kind of trappy little roll at the end there with a but yeah, all of this is played in manually by me, and just layering up that loop. So here it is with the loop. Bam. And yeah, some plugins on the output track. You guys have seen my drum bus a million times, but if there's any new guys here, I'll just bypass all of these, and I'm going to bypass on the output track as well. I've got a lot going on, so hopefully the level's still good. It's a bit quiet, isn't it? Well, that's what it's like with no plugins. And then I'll put them in. So just compressing the kick a little bit and gluing it all together, nothing drastic. Didn't want to crush it too much because that sample's already so crushed and compressed, like it just didn't need it much. Bit of tape. Just hitting the red so that kick just, squelching the hi-hats nicely. Not much inflator. Just didn't need it, I guess. bit more saturation. And then, yeah, I'm still pulling out some more of these high mids. They're still quite aggressive. I'd second listen now. I mean, this room's not very accurate, but I'd probably take even more of those out now, to be honest. It's pretty... Yeah, you know, all that stuff's just painful. But yeah, you know, still in a good place. And then it's just being limited. It's barely hitting the limiter, to be honest. I wanted to leave the drums really open and super expressive, lots of dynamics. Didn't need to crush it at that point. There's a moment where the kick and the snare hit at the same time. Where does it do it? Yeah, there. Maybe it's hitting there. Nah, it doesn't even hit there. So yeah, not limiting the drums very hard. I didn't think it needed it because there's not really much kick and snare hitting at the same time, and that's usually what causes your big like transient peaks. So because it's a two-step groove, everything kind of stays in its place where it needs to be. So just left it there. What is on bus 15? Someone said. It's so I'm sending the drums to a vocoder, and I'll get to that in a minute. There's a lot of automation on that where I'm sending the whole drums through a vocoder as opposed to a vocal or whatever, and it just gives the drums some like tonality. I will explain that in a sec. Any other questions about the drums? What are you guys saying? You're a good teacher. Thanks. I'm trying. Professor Guy, yeah. What plugins are on the bass? Yep, I forgot that. We have got... Let me loop it. We've got some EQ. So rolling off the super lows, and this gets automated as well, probably for like, you know, this kind of stuff. And then taking out some resonances like this. That's a wrong note, so it's not in the key. So I've pulled that out. Raising up the highs here just to give it a bit more clarity when the cutoff is raised. Bit crusher, that's what's giving it its nice bzz on the top. It sounds horrible when it's loud, but when it's down low in the mix, it just gives it some character like amp noise does, you know. To me, that makes it sound like it's coming out of a speaker a little bit more, and it's not perfect and not too polished. Tremolo. I don't know what that's doing. There must be a part where that's automated. Right here. What's going on? Ah, it's to make it pan. Right, so yeah, it's confusing. In Logic, the tremolo, like it does do like volume tremolo, but if you use the phase, it pans it like Pan Man Sound Toys. It's the same thing. So yeah, as you can hear, when it does the beeps, it. That's a really cool moment. I love that bit, especially with the pad in as well. Crazy automation going on with the Poly 6 there. All those sounds are just 2 synths. That's the resonance cranked all the way on the Poly 6 and just ripping it. Madness. Any other automation on here? Yeah, just reverb, delay, and cut off and resonance really is all that's happening with the bass. I think we already listened to it a fair bit. Pitch bend. Yeah. Oh, I think I remember where the noise is all coming from now. So before we get onto vocoder, yeah, this is what's happening in terms of routing. So I have the instrument bus. That's receiving all of the music, not the vocals, just the music. So it's solo there, that's what it's getting. So it's getting no vocals, just the music. Okay, and then I've got vocal bus too, which is, as you guessed it, just vocals. So I do that to separate them so that if it gets to the end of the mix and I'm just like, oh, the vocal needs to come up a bit or the music needs to go down a bit, I've got them both on 2 faders. As you can see, I thought the music was a bit low, so the music has all been raised. Can you see it on your screen? Damn it, I don't know if you can. I think I'm blocking it, but this channel here, like down below, it's got like a half a dB boost. So I must have got to the end of the mix and thought, yeah, his vocals are a bit loud. I'll just push the music up a little bit. But then the other good reason for that is that once it's there, as you can see, it's sending to bus 32, which I call my master effects bus, which is this. And I've got an RC20 on there. And so that basically means that before it goes to my output track, the whole mix is going through one RC20, and I'm using it a lot on this song. I'm automating it to do like some EQ cutoff build-up stuff. I'm automating the distortion and the noise and even the width. So I'm doing a lot of like making the whole mix mono and then in the drop bringing it back to stereo. So to kind of like, I don't know, just like make it seem like the whole thing's just gotten really wide and exploded. That's a kind of a good common trick. I can't remember who taught me that. I think it might have been one of the guys from Rudimental, strangely. But yeah, someone does or the guy who mixes Rudimental stuff anyway. I remember him saying like he monos the verse or at least pans stuff in there. So then the chorus just goes boom and everything comes out and comes to life and the width is there. I think I'm doing that on this song quite a bit. I'm only automating the magnitude, so I've got it set just how I want it. And so, as you know, if anyone's used RC20, the magnitude, it's not quite like wet and dry. It's more like, I don't know, energy. It's like how intense. So it's not like the signal's running all the time and you're just fading it in and out. It's like, it's controlling the parameters down there. You can see it moving stuff. So I got it set how I wanted it on 100%, and then I'm just fading between nothing. And yeah, I've got the width set up here on 160%. So I guess what it's doing is like boosting the width loads in some of the build-up moments with a load of noise and a load of distortion. So here's a moment where it happens. Let's listen to that. So that's subtle, that one. You can see what happens when I start to really bring it up. Even when we just have it like halfway, it's already given a load of like. Let's see if there's a bigger moment. This one looks like one. Yeah, so it pulls noise in, it pulls distortion in, it takes the bass out. And it makes the whole mix go super wide, all with one slider, which is really cool. I know most people use it just like to sort of make a synth or a vocal sound a bit old and rusty. But I've been enjoying using it on the master output and putting the whole mix through it and treating it more like a DJ mixer. That's what I was thinking. It's like, what would I do if I had this tune on my Pioneer mixer right in front of me? I'd be doing some delay. I'd be doing some reverb. I'd be pulling out the bass. The bass, the bass, and so yeah, with the RC20, you can kind of do some similar stuff, but with one knob, which is cool. That's where it gets really intense. So let me just pull everything up mad, and then you can just get what it would be like. Yeah, crazy. So. Adding a lot of tension, a lot of building vibes there. Yeah, whole mix going through an RC20. All right, back to the individual parts. We got vocoder going on this song. We've got vocal synth by Isotope. Let me check that's all working. I'm not going to give you my serial number. Yeah, it says I need to reinstall it, unfortunately. Oh, no, here we go. Let me see if I can get it working. It says I need my serial number. All right, 1 second, guys. Be good to get it working because it's quite a fundamental part of it. Old projects. Haven't opened this in a while, you know. Not sure if I'll be able to get this working. That's a shame. Should have checked this before we did the stream. Sorry, guys. Let's try this one. Hey, we got it. Sick. All right, I hope it's set up correctly. We'll see, but yeah, we're working. That's good. So yeah, 2 vocoders going here, and they are being mostly sent the vocal. So yeah, bus 15 is where I'm sending stuff to go through the vocoder. So I don't know what it's like in Ableton, but in Logic, you got my vocals here. I'm sending to bus 15 called voco send. I'm doing that pre-fader as well, so that it's always sending no matter what my fader does. Pre-fader means that no matter what you do with the volume of the fader, it's always going to send a consistent signal to the bus. And then I'm completely muting the bus. So you're not hearing what's being sent there. I'm just giving it signal and muting it. And that's because when you open a vocoder, let's take the Logic one, for instance, this is where you want to select your input source. So sidechain, bus 15. So anything being sent to bus 15 is now entering this synth. Same with vocal synth, which is the isotope. I just did this. Okay, it's open. Yeah, look, so same here. Bus 15 is up here. I feel like this isn't going to work. I feel like it needs reinstalling or something. So that's a shame, but it's all right. You'll get a general vibe off of the Logic one anyway. It's just adding like another texture underneath it. So yeah, let's solo the vocal and the vocoder.
I can't fake it.
So I've got some automation on the vocal here, so it keeps pulling the volume up. So if I just turn that off, pull that down, yeah, we should be good to go now. Now, Mick, I don't think I'd really heard his voice through a vocoder before, and he was loving it. He was, yeah.
And a nigga didn't have no sense, you was a Fabergé, damn.
I love this whole section here where he goes super rhythmic. And it was just such a cool rhythm. I don't know how he picked this rhythm out. Like, I would never have picked this rhythm to sing. It's such a strange one. My bad. Sorry, not that part. It's this stuff here.
Like the trees, I can show you, I can choose. If you wanna go, I'll make a stand. Already show my hand.
So his vocal's basically sending the whole time. Yeah, so that's dope. And he's just doing the same chords as what Howard played on the Poly 6, but we've just elongated them. So, they're just playing the whole time, which means that when he sings, it'll like make a sound. I don't know how to explain it any better than that, but that's how a vocoder works. You play the keys, send it a different signal than what you're generating with the keys, and the vocal becomes the synth. So although it doesn't look like what you're hearing, you can see the chord changes at the right moments. Yeah. I need to undo some stuff because all my volumes are going to be different. Oh no, maybe I can't. I'll reopen the project. I just wanted you guys to hear that, and there's no real other way of doing it other than like taking all of the volumes down because it's on. It's all on pre-fader. Someone said my internet's being weird. Is it? Yeah. I've got the cable now, and I literally just tried it for the first time. I ran it all the way upstairs, and it doesn't work. So I was going to have wired internet today, which would have probably fixed it. But yeah, sorry, it's a bit glitchy. I think it seems fine, right? It says I'm dropping like a few frames, but nothing crazy. But yeah, sorry about that. I'm just going to restart that project. Can't be bothered to redo all of that. Yeah, and it's not even my house. I've got really good internet at home. This one is not it. Yeah, it could be the vocoder as well. It could definitely be vocal synth having a nightmare. Yeah, I mean, bad internet, but cool couch. You know, that's what's really important. Good couch. Yeah, choppy video. It should be fine by Thursday. I'm going to get that internet working. And it's about the music anyway, guys. We want the music to be important, not my face. All right, we're back on there. So
Here we go now.
that's the vocal. Yeah, now we can get into the actual vocals. I believe we recorded these in the room, in front of the speakers, with them just muted, all of us on headphones, just jamming out. It was such a quick session that it was kind of like, we got to just get this recorded. He may have gone in the booth. Maybe we did that and then he redid it in the booth. I can't remember. Yeah, we did some scratch stuff. So this was all in the room, scratch mic takes. So these are all like, you know, early demo version stuff. Let's have a listen to that. This would have been through like a 57 or maybe an SM7.
Oh no, what you do to me?
So yeah, we're just super early putting that down. Oh, 1 second, guys. I just got to quickly take this call. Getting lunch delivered. Just a second, guys. Yo. Yes. So a 57 we used because when you're in the room just doing a scratch vocal, like you just want something to hold. It's just easy to go to mic. So yeah, I won't play too much of that because we were still writing it, and Mick probably wouldn't want you to hear it anyway. But yeah, he had the words pretty much nailed within a couple hours, and we started putting that down. And then he would have moved into the vocal booth, and I believe we recorded this through Frank Sinatra's mic at Capitol. It's a beautiful mic, an old Neumann. Yeah, U47 maybe. I can't remember exactly which kind, but it has Frank written on the box, which is pretty amazing. So it sounds gorgeous, captures loads of top end, which you want on a nice airy vocal like this. I will play you it with no plugins. And this is how it sounds. There's two, it's basically double tracked the whole way through.
Oh no, what you do to me. I can't fake it. I can't break this spell. I won't let go. Ooh, no, what you do to me.
So there you go. So now I'll just solo one of them, and you'll get an idea of what the plugins are doing. So we're going, it would have been recorded through a tube tech. So we would have gone into a Neve and done a bit of a treble boost on there, cut the rumble, and then recorded it through a tube tech. But I just felt like it needed more compressing, so I stuck with a tube tech again.
Oh no, what you do to me.
This would have been melodined as well. I've just touched it up a bit and made sure like the bends were doing what I wanted. I think it sounds quite cool. It doesn't sound supernatural. But it sounds like nice. And I think with the vocoder underneath, it actually gives it more of a like robotic feel. So yeah, there's the tube tech, and then we're going into some EQ, boosting the highs again, taking out a little resonance here, getting rid of some lows.
Oh no, what?
That's the resonance that no one needs in their lives.
Oh no,
And then we're de-essing as well.
oh no, what you do to me.
Just taking out that t a little bit. Yeah, and it's the same on the other one, plus sample delay. So I've added sample delay to the bottom one, which in Logic, basically these numbers are just how much you're delaying each speaker. So the left is being delayed by 344 milliseconds, and the right is being delayed by 1,387 samples. Sorry, not milliseconds. That would be way less, but yeah, samples, which makes it sound super stereo. If you're wearing headphones now, you'll be able to hear it.
What you do to me.
So that's mono.
I can't fake it.
Super stereo. So yeah, it's a good like trick if you only recorded two vocals like we did, and you wanted like one down the middle, one left, one right. You can do a little trick like that. It does get a bit phasey at points, but you know it's better than nothing. So it effectively ends up being like one down the middle, one each side. So here they are together again.
What you do to me.
Just gives it so much width, only with two vocals. So that's a good little trick for you guys there. You can do the same thing with guitar. You know, if you only record one guitar and you wish you'd multi-track to them, sample delay just pushes one speaker slightly out with the other one, and you're set. Moving on, the first thing in the vocal bus. So both of these are being sent to this vocal bus here, and we're compressing again both of them together to glue them together.
What you do to me.
Really light compression on there, like not doing much.
I can't break this spell. I won't let.
It's quite loud, isn't it? I'm turn this down. Then some more EQ, very light. Oh no, it's not that light. Yeah, taking out lots of low mids. Must have been a resonance here that I didn't like.
What you do to me.
Yeah, that lowest note is really being taken out a lot. Yeah, it sounds like very empty. Now I've taken out all those low mids, but I think because the Poly 6 has got so much low mids going boom, 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 that the vocal it was clashing and didn't need it. And because there's only one synth, I really wanted the Poly 6 to, you know, have a big moment. And be balanced with the vocals. So the vocals taking up all of the like highs section, and then the synth is down here. So this is how you stop them from clashing.
What you do to me. I can't fake it.
Then we're de-essing.
I can't fake it.
Just taking out the T's and S's.
I can't break this spell. I won't let go.
That's just standard procedure. Then we're going through Saturn, which is adding some more like clean tube distortion. Sorry. You can hear what it's doing here.
I can't fake it. I can't break this spell. I won't.
So that was crazy, you know, but very subtly used. It just gives you that feeling of like going through a nice old desk or an old preamp. Warms it up a bit. Then we've got 2 H delays, both on different settings. One's doing quarter notes, so, and then one's doing 8th note triplets, which would be. So here is just the quarter note delay.
I can't fake it. I can't break this spell.
So that's it's actually on 0, so it's only doing automation, that one. It just comes in and out when I need it.
I can't fake it. I can't break this spell.
Here we go.
Was out there by my long.
Yeah. And then you've got the 8th note version here, which is doing a different rhythm.
I can't fake it.
Oh, turn it on.
I can't fake it. I can't break this spell. I won't.
So very short delays on this one. It didn't need like loads of wishy-washy going on underneath because we got the reverb for that, which is.
I can't fake it. I can't break this spell. I won't let go.
His vocal's so sensitive too. I wanted it quite upfront and, you know, quite dry under, because you got all that synth underneath doing all the wishy, like mad resonance and delay stuff. So soft, sensitive vocal up front, pads washing around underneath. And that is being sent to Logic Chorus and to the Rotocab, like I always do.
I can't fake it.
Just giving it more width.
I can't break this spell. I won't let.
So that's obviously a crazy amount, but yeah. And then the vocals being sidechained by the kick drum as well, which isn't in at this point, but I can give you an idea.
Who knew what you do to me? I can't fake it.
There's a missing kick. Hang on.
I can't break this spell. I won't let go. Who knew?
I'm also sending the snare to the sidechain this time as well. You can see that.
Fake it. I can't break this.
So yeah, it's just really quick, quite aggressive pumping, and that's just to glue the vocal into the drums and bring it all together. Not going for a very like pumping sidechain effect there. I just wanted to glue it all up. Sweet, that's the lead vocal with all the plugins, and honestly every single vocal in this track is going through that one bus. There is really not much else to it. The parts were so good, what he did was so like perfect that there's a few little ad-libs, like this track here has got some different effects on it before it goes through that bus, but everything's going through that same one bus. Didn't need to do anything else with it. It was just good straight away. So this is like, yeah, the other thing about this tune is, yeah, the structure's weird. So I guess you'd call this first verse, but there's only one verse. Then it goes into like what I called a rap section, but it's not really a rap. It's just kind of fast-paced singing like he was
Had
doing
to
before.
face the backtrack it, had to face it, asking. Nigga didn't have no sense, you was a Fabergé egg then. Much too delicate, I could not fathom breaking bread then. Now I'm breaking habits, had to face the backtrack it, had to face it, asking.
Yeah. There's some high stuff.
Much too delicate, I could not fathom breaking bread then. Now I'm breaking habits, had to face the.
I love that bit where he goes kind of out there, but it's got a real cool feel to it. It's really bendy, but I really liked it.
Much too delicate, I could not fathom breaking bread then. Now I'm breaking habits, had to.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite that extreme in the final version. I've got some melodyne going on here, which I think is going slightly wrong at the moment, but I definitely left in that Breaking Bad, which I would usually not do, but I loved it. I thought it was like really bendy and trippy, and the synth is going like underneath anyway, so it all made sense. Yeah, same plugins on these though. Tube Tech, bit of EQ, de-essing. Yeah, nothing drastic. This one's where there's more like crazy stuff going on, which is the Who Knew sample, which happens like quite a lot throughout the song. So that's different because it's going through Decapitator, so it's got lots of distortion on there. Here's it crazy. So I just wanted that to sound like out and out like a Burial sample. Straight up, I'll admit it. It just needed to sound like Burial. And that's exactly where I think it's ended up. Taking out all the highs there. So yeah, it's more lo-fi than the rest of the vocal. And then you got more Echo Boy and like bigger reverb than the other stuff. So yeah, I think that was just an ad lib he did, or maybe I just took it. I think I took it from the vocal, maybe. Yeah, he says it anyway, like in the verse. So I just took one, changed it, put it through a different distortion, switched it up. This next section, yeah, is my favorite. I love the flow on this. It's so good. It's like the kind of rhythm only someone who knows hip hop, like knows rap, would choose. You know, it's so unconventional. Like if you just listen to it with a click, it's just a crazy rhythm. Mad, you know. I just wouldn't have thought to ever sing like that. So yeah, respect to Mick for that one. It's really cool. That's been melodined a little bit just to bring them all together, and yeah, same again, guys. Tube Tech, EQ, de-esser. That's it. Crazy in this bit. I love it. Lots of little details and fills and bringing it all to life. Yeah, that's it, guys. This is what I told you earlier. I've muted stuff from when I was trying to make a version that fades into latch, which maybe you'll hear one day. They're in like a really good key that they match with each other quite nicely. So I think it was gonna be for the live show. Oh yeah, plugins on the output. You've seen all these before, but there they are. Oh, that's why it's loud. Yeah, when I restarted it, the limiter came back on. My bad. But yeah, nothing different here. Soothe. I kind of stuck to that chain for the whole album because I wanted it, you know, all the songs to sound consistent and glued together. Maybe next record I'll come up with something new and try some new stuff, but that's basically the go-to energy plugins. SSL G-Bus, Studer, Tape, Drama S7, Saturn, the Oxford Inflator, Soothe, some EQ, and then I would have bypassed the limiter before I sent it off for mastering. Any questions? I've got lunch here, so I'm going to eat while I answer your questions. Have a think.